Welcome to a special edition of Stay a While, recorded live on Radio Row at Super Bowl 59. I'm your host, Tommi Vincent, and we are going to be hearing some dynamic conversations with phenomenal guests here on Radio Row. So take a seat, get comfortable, and stay a while. This episode is sponsored by the House of Joy. Hey everyone, it's Tommi Vincent, your host of Stay a While podcast, and I have joining me the lovely Laura Okmin, and look at her in this sharp leather.
Not Chiefs red, just red.
Just red. Listen, hot mama. I have hot mama sitting over here on my sofa, and I am so grateful. You and I, we had a conversation earlier last season of my podcast, and now we're having a conversation here right on Radio Row in person. So this is so much better. I get to see your beautiful face.
I loved our conversation. That truly was one of the most meaningful conversations I've ever had virtually. But the idea of sitting here, being able to touch you and to be able to see your beautiful face and your entire team, it has been a week of loveliness. Just being able to soak in some of that energy, bring over some of your energy to us.
I appreciate it. And you're here on Radio Row with all of your women from GALvanize, which I think is amazing. Additionally, you're here because you're going to be calling the Super Bowl. And so you and I, just before we started recording, we talked about the need to understand the balance. And I'm not a fan of the word balance.
Me neither. Yeah.
Because something is always going to take precedence. It's just a matter of us understanding what is the priority. And so from that perspective, with everything that's going on and all of the things that you're responsible for, help us to understand how you're prioritizing yourself.
It's hard this week. It's hard because there's so much going on, and it would be easy to let my brain go to what am I not doing and what am I not getting ready for? And I think what I'm good at, and trying to remind myself this week that I'm good at, is wherever you are right now, be fully there.
Yes.
And so with them, be where your feet are, but also be where your heart is, be where your head is. And so I've had so many people ask me over 30 years in this business, what's your favorite interview or what's your favorite conversation? And I always say this, and I mean this, whatever one I'm in, like this is it right now. Like this is the most important conversation. And so what I'm trying to make sure of is, as I'm sitting here from 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 p.m. tonight when I leave my group of women and they stay, making sure I'm present with them and making sure that I'm doing everything I can to make them succeed and make them grow in this moment. And then the second I walk over, I have that 10-minute exhale to the hotel, the night then turns to mine. And this group of women has been outstanding at also understanding, we get her now, let's let her go back to the hotel, and now she can focus on herself in the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But it's not easy.
Yeah. And it's mentally, that means there's a mental shift that also has to take place.
100%.
Because if you're saying I'm present here with you right now, that also means that there's a commitment not to allow for your mind to drift to the other things that are very important to you, but you want this to be the priority, and you want to be focused and be where your feet are in this moment.
I ask myself 2 questions because you have to train yourself to do that.
Yes,
so
you
it's
do.
Not simply like one day I woke up and adopted the philosophy of being present. There's the work that goes. And so for me, my 2 questions that just kind of ground me, I always start with, does this matter right now? And if the answer is no, it's a fly in my face. I notice it, but I just kind of swat it away and let it go. But does it matter right now? And if the answer is yes, can I do anything about it right now? Mm-hmm. And if the answer is no, I'm done with it. And if the answer is yes, it might need my attention. Mm-hmm. And I want to make sure I've got to empty this now so I can fully be where I want to be, or be where my feet are. But that took me a while to go, what's my work now to make sure that I truly am being present? And that's helped me a lot this week, which is just, is this important right now? Does this need my attention? And 9 out of 10 times it was no, that will wait for you. So, okay, then back to my wonderful women right now.
Additionally, you're teaching them, you're modeling a behavior, you're this group of women that you brought together at GALvanize, you're really wanting them to understand the necessity of establishing a culture for themselves. You can be within a culture and still have your own culture of how you govern yourself. And so you're demonstrating for them real time, listen, I love y'all. I love y'all right here in these 5 hours.
I do.
And then on that 5.1, the love shifts to me.
Yeah. And every woman needs to see that
Yes.
and feel that. And I know that's one of the things, our whole motto at Galvanize is your who, not your do. Who you are is not what you do. And so I can't sit there and talk to them about, let's help other people find out who they are. And let's let other, as storytellers, let me find out about your story. If you're not starting with your own.
Yes.
And so it has to start with, who are you? And that's not when you become our age. That's at their age also right
Yes.
now in their 20s. And for some of them in their early 30s of, who are you right now? And I want them to see how we do it. I want them to not just look and go, I want to be at the Super Bowl, but I want them to see that we did put ourselves first. I want them to see an incredible team of people that we were supporting and that were supporting us.
Yes.
So all these things that you and I never got to see. I know I've never had a woman around me in 30 plus years of this business. It's men, and it's men who didn't treat me well. And it's men who were constantly criticizing. And eventually that became my voice, criticizing myself. And I'd love to say that we've come so far because I see so many women here, which you and I didn't see 30 something years ago. But I also hear their self-talk, and it's as unkind as mine was. I don't know about yours. Mine was horribly cruel to myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all of that, of them watching how we treat other people, how we treat ourselves during a really stressful week. And I love that they get to put that in action during stressful hours, stressful situations, and this team of great women feeling it in a healthy way, because I never got that.
Yeah, no, listen, I probably wouldn't have as many gray hairs as I have now if I had a woman that was like schooling me
100%.
and really allowing for me to glean from her wisdom.
Tommy, it's so funny you say that. I literally went like this. I cut off all my hair this year, cut off about 12 inches, and looked around at the profession I'm in and realized I had the same hair that I've had for over 20 years. And so I'm on the sidelines, and there's all these wonderful young women around me, but I'm realizing I have the same hair that I did when I was their age, and really felt like I'm in this whole new stage of life in every way. And why am my hair was weighing me down, and why am I looking the same? And I went into my hairstylist, and normally if a stylist knows a woman well, you walk in, and if you go, I want to make a change, they're like, what's up? You good? Like, let's talk. I walked into my hairstylist, and she was turning around and she was mixing. And I just said, let's cut it all off. And she turned around and just went, let's go. And that's when I knew I'm so ready. I'm so ready. But after cutting it all and feeling like it was like, I'm here, I then went, I can't keep bleaching my hair every 4 weeks like I have been for the last 30 years. And so even letting the gray come out and the roots come out of growing it, I feel like I've earned every one of those gray hairs. I don't want to cover it up anymore of all the growth and all the hard work and all those criticisms and not having a kindness in my ear, in my head, all of that. I feel like for me at this age, it's manifesting in every way inside, and it's now finally going outside.
Yeah, no, I can so relate to that. And I am looking forward to the conversation I'm going to be able to have with the ladies from Galvanize, because it's another opportunity for me to be another voice that is speaking life into them and encouraging them and celebrating them. You know, and so I just want to thank you for this platform that you've created. Thank you for coming and taking the time to stay a while and share the amazingness that you are and the sharpness that you are in this red suit, girl. Give it to me because I love it. But thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for being this beautiful light in the world. And also from the last conversation to this one, stay a while is just so magnificent, because really I would be like, can we just shut the lights off and let me just lay down this couch and talk to you? But I mean this. Thank you for talking to these incredible women. And we had talked for a minute about coming on with them, and I thought they'll keep looking at me. And I know that they won't want to use their voices if I'm sitting here, and I so am in love with them stepping into their own voices and feeling like mom's not around to be like, what are they saying? Yes. And so for you to just have them sit here and in the light and put a microphone on and let them use their voices, it means everything to me. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Tommi Vincent, your host of Stay a While podcast. And today I have joining me on the sofa. Listen, we have 5 amazing women, and I'm going to allow for them to introduce themselves and let you know where they're from. And also, we're going to talk about the amazing organization that they are representing, which is GALvanized. So we're going to start right here and work our way down.
I'm Amanda. I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
I'm Tamara. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island.
I'm Paityn. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
And I'm Brittany, and I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
I'm also Brittany, and I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
So we got the twins, and then we got the twins.
We keep people on their toes.
So ladies, you all are from different places. You're here on Radio Row, and you are producing out content like rapid fire, having conversations with different people, and you're having to engage with them in a way. And Laura and I just talked about this, being in the moment. So even though you may have someone standing on your set over there that you know is about to come on, you're in conversation with someone, and you have to be prepared to be right here in that moment. How do you do that? And what is one skill that you've learned at GALvanized that has equipped you for this moment? I'm gonna start right here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, right with you.
I think for me this week, just trying to be present and listen. And one thing that I feel like when I'm interviewing somebody, it's so easy for me to get in my head and think about the next question I'm going to ask, as opposed to really listening to what they're saying. And so that's been a huge challenge for me this week, is to just really be present with the person that I'm with and be okay if I go in a little bit of a different direction than where my notes were. And I think GALvanized has really helped give me the confidence to do that, because without GALvanized, I never would have been confident enough to trust my instincts.
Yeah. Are your questions scripted, or are you going off the cuff?
I'll research before and I'll have some ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But then depending on where the conversation goes, I'll kind of go off the cuff if I have to, but then try to circle back to try to go to plan, but it just kind of depends.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I can get in my head when I'm having conversation, because I'm listening to the words that they're saying, and I'm also looking for a point. Maybe I want to off ramp and go in a different direction. But then sometimes when I start doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at this Super Bowl sign over here. Like, I get so off track. So it is a discipline to be able to do that. So that's amazing. How about you?
I think the best thing that you can give a guest is your full attention and your time. They're willing to sit down with you and share something that's meaningful to them. And GALvanized, we're all about who you are, not what you do.
Yes.
So if they're sharing their deepest who with you, then you open your time, your full attention and your time. And that's very sweet that they want to do that. So I think trusting that the sisters have your back, they're recording, they've got the time count, they've got the light set up, they've got your back, you can just focus right here.
Mm-hmm. You said sisters.
Yeah.
So you all, in addition to this time here, how do you all connect?
I think most of us connected for the first time through a boot camp. So Laura hosts with a class of NFL rookies and then 30 or so galvanizers. It's called boot camp because we sit down and we get to know who each other are, so that the rookie gets some interview media experience and the women get some experience building relationships with rookies.
Mm-hmm. Brittany, tell me what has been this time here, what has been your most memorable moment?
Oh, this is a great one. So this is actually my first Super Bowl that I've ever been to, and I'm so happy that my experiences with these girls and with Laura and with GALvanized. Honestly, wouldn't want to go with anyone else. But full transparency, I came into the Super Bowl with a little bit of grief and loss. Actually lost my grandmother right before I came to the Super Bowl. And I was very close with her. She's a best friend of mine. And so I was already kind of in this place where I was like navigating those emotions.
Yeah.
but I knew this is where I needed to be, and things kind of just kept aligning. My grandma was from New Orleans, so it was already the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I needed to be here because I know she's with me, but coming here, it's just been moment after moment. If you believe in spiritual, I mean, we're in the place of magic and all of those wonderful things. I've been getting sign after sign that this is where I need to be. And so just conversations with players, choosing random cards, and then picking cards that talk about grief and who you would meet in heaven, and their answers being their grandmothers.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I'm on the right track and I'm where I need to be. And so it's been an experience just that's mind-blowing. And it's been really wonderful, and I'm glad to be experiencing it with these ladies and with you.
Thank you. So while some people are only hearing this conversation, if you are able to see it, you'll see that the sisters are consoling her and comforting her in this process, which lets us know that this is deeper than just some ladies that are getting together and learning a craft, but you all are sincerely in relationship with one another, and this is a sisterhood. With that being said, what are some ways that you desire to continue to support one another, even when you're outside of this space, even when Galvanize may not be meeting or convening? How do you show up for one another?
Well, thank God for FaceTime. I'm just so grateful for this community, because without it, I wouldn't be here. Similar to Brittany this week, I was sitting down interviewing an OG galvanizer, and here I am interviewing her about how much Galvanize has helped her. And in the middle of the interview, she starts pouring into me to the point where I'm sitting on set, I'm crying, hearing something that I needed to hear. And I'm like, wow, this is why it's so important to find your people, because it takes a village to navigate being in the sports industry as a minority. It's hard, it's difficult, and I can't do it by myself. As much as we as women try to show that we're confident and strong, like, it's the people that behind us that really lift us up. So I'm so thankful for FaceTime, WhatsApp, text messages, Zoom. We've spent a lot of time on Zoom preparing for this week. And I don't know where I would be without these lovely women.
This is so encouraging. I just have to tell you, one, I've been watching you guys move and how you're operating, and you said it, like, they have you. You have each other, and you can see that you all are considerate, that you're thoughtful, that you have each other's back. And I love that for you all. And I love that you all have become this community that not only is impactful for where you are at this stage of your careers, but you're also going to be in a position to pay that forward. You called another one of the galvanizers an OG. One day you're going to be the OGs. And you're going to have the mantle and the responsibility of pouring into your sisters. And I love this for you all, especially when we look around. And as Laura and I talked about, you do see other women around, but it's still a different type of journey for women in the space of sports. So I just want to encourage you ladies to continue to support each other, have each other's backs, and do what's necessary for you all to maintain this level of integrity for yourselves, this peace that you have, that Laura is teaching you in the galvanized community. And I believe that you ladies are going to go far.
Thank you very
I
much.
really do.
Thank you so much.
But I'm so grateful that you all came to stay a while with me here, and you're welcome anytime. Anytime. This table is an extension of the Galvanize table. You're welcome here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome over there.
I'm coming. Listen, I'm coming. I've already invited myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope you felt the love and connection in today's conversation. Every woman you heard from has faced the impossible and emerged stronger. This is your personal invitation to stay a while longer at TommiV.com. That's TOMMIV.com for more inspiration for your mind, body, and soul. And let's not forget your belly. You're always welcome at my table. Please be sure to subscribe, make yourself at home, and stay a while.